There we go. So, yes, welcome everyone. So yes, this quote was people wait all week for Friday, all year for summer, all life for happiness. And I just thought, yeah, it's just lovely, isn't it? Kind of maybe the moment is now. Maybe stop waiting today. I did sort of want it to be people wait all week for Wednesday, but there you go. You can't have everything. Okay, so just in this first part of the practice, let's just settle. Perhaps being aware of the space around us, the space that we're sitting in, that we're inhabiting. And allowing ourselves this time, this patience really to turn inwards, to allow the awareness to drop into the body. And just being gently aware of the motivation that's brought us here today. All here motivated to practice. And seeing if we can let go of whatever's in the past that is now already over. And not projecting into the future, which is yet to come. But being here in this moment with the simple body breathing. And let's bring our awareness to the breath in the body. Perhaps noticing, where does the breath show up first in the body? What's the first sensation that you notice? And perhaps seeing if you can stay with the detail of this sensation. What's the first sensation of the breath? And then noticing what is the last sensation as the breath leaves the body. Being with the breath cycle in its simplicity. The breath in, maybe there's an aliveness, and the breath out. Maybe a gentle ease, softening on the out breath. This beautiful anchor that we can return to again and again. And noticing how the breath moves the body. Sort of cradles and rocks and shapes the body. We can give ourselves permission to enjoy the breath in these moments. The swelling, subsiding. The breath sort of massages all of our organs. And being aware that the breath shows up in the back of the body as well as in the chest, the front. It can be quite front focused. So just being aware of the subtle movements of the breath. Breath can also be quite a useful metaphor for our practice. It's coming and going, the flow, the impermanence. Arising and passing away, moment by moment. Get carried away by thoughts, by stories, by narratives. Gently leading ourselves back to this breath. I always feel as this peaceable intention contained within the breath, a shared breath. All of us breathing together. My breath, but also the breath of the world. And just now, in your own time and with no haste, bringing this short practice to a close. It's inviting you to have a little stretch, maybe a sip of water. Okay, so in your own time, re-establishing your posture, a position for practice, whether this be the same or different. And in this practice, I'm going to use the acronym ALLOW. And the A of ALLOW stands for acknowledgement. Acknowledging what is here in your experience in this moment. And we can do this in 3 simple parts. You can tune into the body. What's here in your body in this moment? We may be aware of some pain or difficulty. Often the volume of these sensations are much louder, pulling for our attention. We can acknowledge this. We can also acknowledge whatever is pleasant within our experience. What's showing up for you in the body in this moment. And we can acknowledge all that's contained within our heart in this moment. Be aware of all that your heart carries. Maybe there's love, appreciation, gratitude. Maybe there's some longing or difficulty or fears. So offering ourselves this simple acknowledgement of what is here. Just looking as deeply as feels comfortable for you in this moment. And we can acknowledge our mind state. What thoughts are here? Perhaps there's a persistent or a repetitive thought. And maybe there's clarity. A simple process of acknowledging our experience. The complexity and the wonder. And maybe with acknowledging, we're also allowing what's here to be here. And moving towards an attitude of acceptance. And the L stands for lessen. Lessen your resistance. Perhaps you've noticed that you're resisting parts of your experience. Maybe you're able to let go of some residual tension in the body, or tensing around thoughts or emotions. Lessening our resistance to what is here. This resistance is a form of struggle. It may increase the difficulty. Seeing if we can lessen the resistance, softening, allowing. And the second L stands for lighten. Lighten your judgment. There's no need to be harsh with ourselves, self-critical. Maybe we're not quite getting the practice that we'd hoped for. Many things in our experience aren't in our control. Our environments, other people, even the things we contribute towards. We can still have this attitude of kindness, just lightening our judgment, having this light judgment. This care, this compassion for ourselves, our experience. What would it be like if we could soften this inner critic? And sometimes this judging ourselves harshly goes hand in hand with judging others. Perhaps we have unrealistic standards, expectations. Accepting the invitation to lighten your judgment. And the O of allow stands for opening our hearts to self-compassion, offering ourselves self-compassion. Sensing into any care, any love or expression of goodwill that you might be able to offer yourself in this moment. And this may come in the form of a self-soothing gesture, or it may be a few words, a phrase. May I accept myself as I am. Simply inclining towards any self-compassion that may be helpful for you in this moment. What do I need right now? And sometimes an act of self-compassion might be to move a little. Maybe it's to re-establish our anchor. Maybe it's to be aware that the mind has wandered and we re-establish our motivation, our intention. This too is an act of self-compassion. Practice with this gentle discipline. And the W of allow is wisdom. Having this wisdom to take care of ourselves, having this wisdom to respond. The wisdom to approach our experience in a way that's right for us in this moment. Perhaps the wisdom to approach our experience with gentleness, curiosity. I'm just going to read this very short poem by Susan Coolidge. New every morning. Every day is a fresh beginning. Listen, my soul, to the glad refrain. And spite of old sorrow and older sinning, and puzzles forecasted and possible pain, take heart with the day and begin again. And I think maybe we can use it in this way. Every moment is a fresh beginning. Listen, my soul, to the glad refrain. In spite of old sorrows and older sinning, and puzzles forecast and possible pain, take a heart with this moment and begin again. There's this wisdom of knowing that we have a fresh moment, a new beginning, each breath, a new possibility. I'm beginning now to bring this practice to a close in whatever way is right for you.